YouTube, what's good? What's happening? What's cracking? It's your boy, Ray Rock. Welcome back to another video. Hey, listen. Liverpool just finally beat Real Madrid after years of suffering, all right? After years of suffering. Again, I don't need this headphone. I'm just used to putting it on. But after years of suffering and losing against Real Madrid constantly, they finally found a way and they finally beat them. Now, let's talk about this game, right? Because leading up to this game, Courtois came back. Rodrigo is still out for Real Madrid. You know, Militao got that injury, same with Carvajal. But the key man that was missing today was Vinicius Jr., right? Because we know how much Vinicius Jr. means to this team and how much, you know, he brings to that attack and how much he makes this team come alive. When he played against Liverpool, he basically always scores. I mean, we saw that in the final. We saw the other time with the 5-2 comeback at Anfield and so on. So this is Vinicius Jr.'s team. He's been their best player this season and he always cooked for them, right? But he wasn't available today because of an injury. And it just makes the game harder with everything that's going on with Real Madrid. Point is, Liverpool is playing a lot better now compared to Real Madrid. They are playing a lot better at the moment. They're in crazy form. They haven't dropped a point yet. You know, in the Champions League, they're literally 5 for 5 in the Champions League after the win today. And everybody they got 3 games left now. And I'm not gonna lie, the game kind of went as I expected. I expected Liverpool. My prediction was a 4-1 game. You know, I mean, to be fair, Courtois saved big chances, especially from Darwin Núñez. And Mbappe missed the pen, man. So let's talk about Kylian Mbappe. I mean, to be fair, he's the point of attention when it comes to Real Madrid. You know, he's the biggest star right now in the team, the biggest name at the moment. You could argue that even with Vini there, he's still the biggest name. But this guy had to step up today with everything that's going on, with the fact that we talk about him not playing his position. Today he played down that left side. Conor Bradley, very good game for me, by the way. You know, that tackle was just insane. Van Dijk was just bumping into him the whole time. He could barely find space to get a shot off, and when he did, it got blocked. He could barely, you know, create an opportunity every time he got the ball. I mean, the first real chance of the game came from Liverpool, and it literally came from Mbappe getting the ball towards the left side, attempting to dribble but slowed down so much with the ball that the ball got intercepted, and then all of a sudden Liverpool was at the counter and the ball ended up getting cleared off the line by Asensio, the young Real Madrid center back that just came into this team because of injuries. So that just tells you in general how bad his game was. A bunch of bad passes where he, you know, he slowed down the play, took a little bit of dribble backward a little bit, and then tried to switch up the play. He just gave a bad pass. I mean, overall, Mbappe looks a shadow of his former self. He doesn't look good at all. He doesn't look comfortable. I mean, we talk about him on that left side. He played that left side today, and we saw even in the Euros, right? Since the Euros, he just doesn't look like Kylian Mbappe. Doesn't look as much of a threat as he did. I mean, even when he does go one-on-one, the goalkeeper saves it, or he just puts it right at the keeper. The penalty today, not strong enough. Normally, Mbappe normally goes left. I don't know today. I don't know. He decided to go right today, and not even enough power on the shot. But fair play to Kelleher. You know, to Kelleher, that's a good save, man. You got to give it to him. In a game where he wasn't even caught into, you know, into action much, you know, before that penalty. I don't think he even had to do anything until that penalty, by the way. But Mbappe is not looking good. Even when playing in his real position, he doesn't look good, bro. He doesn't look like Mbappe. And he cannot play that left side while Vini is on the pitch. Meaning, Vini plays that left side so much better than him. There is no way that I see the left side getting sacrificed for him. And that's a problem. So you gotta adjust now and not only pick up form, but play in a position that you say you are not comfortable in, and you are not ready to play in that position. You are not ready to make the late runs in the box. You are not ready to hold off your run, and you don't understand how to stay onside. You know, especially when you're playing towards the middle, you don't want to play or know how to play with your back to go. You are not ready to be a poacher. So all of this stuff, you have to adjust and get used to it. Why picking up your form? Because the left side is Vini. He's going to be out for what, 3 weeks? You have time to kind of show that, you know, you are good enough to play on that left side, or, you know, at least pick up your form. But then again, if you pick up your form playing on the left, When Vinny comes back, the left is his. You're gonna go double up towards the left side again with him. You're gonna just use that form and adjust and play as a striker finally. What are you gonna do? What is Mbappe's route to come back in form? Today was a game where if he would have dropped a hat-trick, for example, or let's say 2-0 and the goals came from him off a masterclass and a very good performance, everyone would be like, okay, this is the Kylian Mbappe that is signed. This is the Kylian Mbappe that we know. Let's start talking about him in a positive way. But he did the exact opposite. Because not only did he play very bad, not minus Mbappe standard, even in general as a player, not only did he play very bad today, but he missed a penalty on top of that. Football can be very cruel, bro. When you're having a bad time, that's the last thing you need. The last thing you need is for things to not go in your favor like that. And that's just what happened. He missed the penalty. Salah missed one at the other end. Here's the thing. Salah wasn't as good as I thought he would be today. I thought he would want, the ball a lot more, try to take on players a lot more, and just be really aggressive and, wanting to be that main guy. But he was a little bit more chill today until that penalty. I see Salah kick pens a lot. But when he stepped up to that penalty with the amount of force and power that he put, I think, did that ball hit the post? Because watching the replay, at first it just looked like he put it wide, but I think it just glazed the post wide going wide. But, I think he put so much power into that because he wanted to score so much to make sure that they get the win today that he just blasted that out wide. But Gakpo stepped up with a beautiful header after a very good cross from Robertson. And that game right there did completely took control to the end of the game. The game easily could have been 5-0 Liverpool today, especially with the amount of chances they missed in that first half. By the way, that goal from McAllister, what a finish. And good 1-2 play right there between him and who was it, Gomez. But good passage of play from Liverpool leading up to that goal, right? Very good play from Liverpool leading up to that goal. And let me talk quick about Ancelotti and Liverpool while we're at it. First of all, I'm going to say Liverpool look like they're on for a quadruple. I think I've said this already this season. But again, I feel like if they talk about a quadruple, they are going to jinx it. Every time Liverpool talks about a quadruple, they end up either with domestic cups or the season just falls apart. I think they're really quiet this season. The fans and especially the players. Like last year, we see Trent talking about quadruple, 1 out of 4, or that year. Since then, they keep going back to that tweet and clowning him and and whatnot. But with how calm the dressing room is and how Liverpool is not one of that. For example, I think Arsenal have had more controversy and more talks in the media, same with City, than Liverpool this season. But Liverpool has been playing really well this season, right? Overall. Now, minus that, I think the man in charge, Ancelotti, is doing something that I cannot remember I've seen someone did in the Prem. I mean, the season is still early, right? Everything can crumble, but I don't see it happening with Liverpool. And what I am seeing is this team, he's taking this team, right? He's moved from a Dutch league and has this team playing one of the best football that I've played in a long time. I mean, they played well under Klopp, but this team is a well-oiled machine. Their attack looks so good. I mean, Nunes was a threat all game, both attack and running back defensively helping. He had the chances, he didn't take them, but he got taken out the game. And who they bring in? Gakpo. What does Gakpo do? He's a threat, he gets a goal, right? Luis Diaz had a chance to make it 3-0, good save from Courtois. Mohamed Salah, even though he wasn't involved in the game and missed the pen, he created chances, for his teammates, even though they were not put away. He was still a threat all game, and they have that going forward. They have Konate and Van Dijk, who are really solid, really big, really fast defenders, really aggressive and strong. Very difficult to go through. They have good communication. They are a very good pair and a very good partnership. Conor Bradley, this kid that broke out last year, especially that game against Chelsea. If you remember that game, he went crazy. And Trent is injured. He's just been brilliant for them. And then Robertson, he's been putting in a shift and he's really solid as well. The midfield with Gravenberch has picked up a lot. McAllister is still cooking. I mean, the team looks very, very solid, right? And let's talk about this guy. And Slot came into this team. And I don't know anything about him. But what I've seen about him, and when I hear him talk about football, his IQ of the game is one of the best I've seen because of how he talks about the game. I need to see him play more year after year to clearly, get what he's about. But when he talks about football, you could say he's one of those guys that knows what he's talking about. For example, when I first saw him try to describe what Ten Hag wanted to play like, when they played Manchester United under Ten Hag before he left, he talked about how Ten Hag played last season better than I've ever heard Ten Hag explain his own tactic, and then talk about how they played this current season under him and why he approached the game in the way that he did. Also, when I watch other interviews of him talking about the team and tactics in general and football in general, he explains it so well, and you could tell his knowledge and obsession of the game is insane. Like, I'm talking about Pep Guardiola type of insane, and he's someone that has a very cool head as well on the sideline. I think that is very important. You cannot see him get booked here and there, and that is also important to be there, like not get a red card and then you not being on the sideline is important. Also, that translates to your team. The manager, for example, if you see Simeone, you will see why Atletico play the way they play. So it does translate directly to the players of keeping calm and not getting stupid yellow cards, even though Gravenberch got one for talking today. But just keeping calm and keeping a cool head in the game is very important. And Slot, I think he's going to be one of those managers that will be at Liverpool for a very long time because he can adjust his game. If things start going back, he could find a way to get the team winning. And he's also a pretty decent manager as well because he's trying to keep everyone happy in this type of Liverpool, team. And I think that is very important. So everything about Liverpool right now, I absolutely love, and I love what they're doing. And I think they're going to go ahead and beat City at the weekend and go 11 points clear. And I think they are favorite to win the Champions League, and I think they're going to win the league. Yep, I've said it. After this game today, for me, that's where I stand. Liverpool, for the first time in forever, I'm saying this after like 6-7 years, for the first time in like 6 years, I'm going to predict someone else winning the league. Listen, I had City at the start of the season, but now I'm changing. I've never changed my opinion because I always believe in City to the end, but this Liverpool team, I think they're going to win the league. The reason I don't see this earlier, or I didn't say this earlier, because listen, Ancelotti, this is new, it's his first time in the league, and I'm like, I don't know if it was Klopp in the seat, I would trust him more, but I'm going to trust Ancelotti. I'm going to take the risk. I think Liverpool wins the Premier League. Now, we could talk about Arsenal and what this means for Arsenal. For example, I think Arsenal can start putting a couple of games, stringing games in together. By the way, big win yesterday against Sporting. If Arsenal can string games together with Odegaard being back and continue playing the kind of football that I've been playing, they are better off chasing Liverpool than they are chasing City, because City is a mental game, which I believe they already lost when they're chasing City, because you know what City does to you when they are chasing you, or when you are chasing them, you are in trouble regardless. But when you're chasing Liverpool with a new manager, it's possible, for things to go your way, and I think they'll be more confident and more comfortable. But I don't think that will be the case. Listen, it's a very long season, anything can happen. But back to Real Madrid, which is the main point of this video. They sit at 24th, and here's the thing about Real Madrid, right? About where they sit. The thing about where Real Madrid sit, the most what's the word I'm looking for? The most ridiculous part about it, or the worst part about it, is the fact that these 6 points are questionable 6 points. If you remember the game against Stuttgart, Courtois had to make like 5 saves in the first half, and then they found a way somehow in that second half to come back and to win the game, right? Not come back, but to get in the game, because they were not the better team in that first half, and won the game. And then the other 3 points that they got was an incredible comeback against the Dortmund side that choked heavily. So there's a big possibility that they could have been sitting on 0 points after 5 games in the Champions League. However, that is not the case. So fair play. Now, the case is the next game is against Atalanta away from home. That is a problem, because Atalanta is crazy good this season. I always forgot to pronounce this guy's name. Retegui, I think that's how he says his name. With Lookman, with Di Ketelere, with the way they have this team playing. I forgot the manager's name, but with that Europa League season where they won it, and the way they played even in the league and eliminating Liverpool, again, Skemaka being out, and then they are still able to get this team playing this well. To me, is just beautiful. I mean, they put up 5 goals yesterday with no Lookman. They are just a very good team. And Real Madrid at the moment, I don't know if Vinicius Junior will be available for that game because the game is in December. I think early December, so I'm not sure he will be available for that game. So now you're talking about a team where they know how to score so many goals, and you came up against Leo. They put up 1 goal, you couldn't do anything. Milan, you couldn't do anything, right? And this team plays better than Milan, and this is the type of team. I know you don't forget about beating them in preseason, bro. This is a different team you are playing, and you're most likely going to play them with injured, with no Vinicius Junior and a different squad, and you are in different form right now compared to them, and you're playing away from home, which is even worse because now, if you come out of that game with a loss, which is very, very, very possible because Real Madrid look like they concede every time, an opponent attack against them. It looks like they're going to concede. And it looks like they end up conceding anyway. And you're playing up against this team that can put up so many goals, bro. So, now you are in serious trouble. And if you lose that game, then what? Because your next game is against Salzburg. They have 3 points. You probably win that game and you get 9 points. Is 9 points enough to even get you in the playoff? Because if you lose that game, your final game is against Brest. Brest is going to be at home. Brest has nothing to lose. I'm not saying it's possible, but Real Madrid should be getting top 8, not fighting for a playoff spot. And that is what I think they're in a position now. They're in a position where like they're fighting for a playoff spot. That's a problem. I think they're gonna get playoff. I don't think they finish top 8, but Real Madrid should never be in that position with a team that Liverpool is playing the football we thought Real Madrid will be playing this season. It's my point, right? We thought Real Madrid was going to be this well-oiled machine on top of Mbappe, a team that only lost 2 games last season against the same opponent, 1 in the league and 1 in the cup, which is Atletico Madrid I'm talking about. And then you add Mbappe to the squad and everything just goes kaboom. You can argue with no Toni Kroos. You can argue, the defenders came back and have played worse defensively, but in general, Real Madrid is playing a lot worse and they are in trouble here. If somehow they end in the elimination zone, we're not going to talk about that. But this team is not in a good position and they're playing that is direct opposite of what we thought they were going to play this season. But they really need Vinicius Junior back as soon as possible. Let's see how they play in the league, and when they return to the Champions League, that game against Atalanta is going to be huge, man. It's very, very big, man. But this is where they sit in 24th spot after 5 games. 24th spot after 5 games is just crazy, man. It's insane. It's absolute insanity, man. But no one expected this. You can't even say he expected this. 0 goal difference as well for a team which has one of the most deadly attack in Europe when it comes to just not only the players that start, but the depth. With the amount of goals Bellingham scored last season, with the amount of goals Mbappe put up. I mean, what the Gerard Miller Trophy with Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo. We talked about their bench half, Adagule, Brahim Diaz, Hendrik Felipe, and yet they have a 0 goal difference in the Champions League. I mean, I think I'm just gonna leave it there. The video has gone on long enough. That's all that enough said. And thank you guys for watching, man. But that's some good talking about football. Let me know what you think about this whole stuff with Liverpool and Real Madrid. But congrats to Liverpool, a well-deserved victory. And I'll catch you guys later. By the way, my Barca cooked less yesterday. I didn't make a video, but because I didn't think it wasn't necessary. You feel me? It's just what we do. It was a routine win. I'm still mad about that loss against Napoli against Monaco. But listen, we have to beat Dortmund. We just have to beat Dortmund. I think the game is away from home, so it's not going to be easy, but we have to beat Dortmund. I think we could do it. Dortmund is really shaky. They got to win today, but they're a really shaky team, but we got to be careful. I need those 3 points. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys another time. Peace!